Welcome to our Insight series on organizational well-being. Our question for this week is, of the Wellness Big Ten, what are the main program intervention options for improving nutrition practices among employees and their family members? Number 21. As we think about the main program intervention options for improving nutrition practices, we are going to be discussing options and alternatives that are really along a continuum. And the continuum is essentially going to become greater cost, greater difficulty, and greater effectiveness as we go down the list of possible options or program intervention options. The first one is to provide articles, handouts, podcasts, videos that deal with various aspects of nutrition practices. So that's our beginning point, is being able to educate our population. Secondly, we can provide a list of authoritative online nutrition sources for employees and their family members to use in developing their own sense of what nutrition wisdom is. The third option is to provide copies of a nutrition-oriented newsletter that provides information for employees and for use in employee break rooms and lunch rooms. The fourth possibility is to insert into the employee handbook a statement on recommended nutrition practices and principles and an appeal for adoption of healthy nutrition practices. The fifth opportunity or option is to maintain microwaves and microwave in various employee break rooms and to encourage the use of healthy food options, particularly those that can be brought from home. The next area of possibility and option is to provide community gardens and farmers market opportunities and information to employees. And that's with an intention that they become more oriented to local food sources. The next area of option is to include nutrition practices in health risk assessments and in wellness assessments. So when we are doing any kind of general assessment with employees, to be able to have a section of that activity focus on nutrition practices. Next area is to provide educational resources on nutrition practices for employees, and then to place some of those in the food service areas of your work site and workforce. Next option is to engage a consulting nutritionist to come in and examine your workplace and suggest nutrition changes that would be advantageous for your employees. The next option is to carefully configure cafeteria offerings, food truck options, and vending machine options to include a wider range of healthy food options. Next option is to provide fresh fruit and veggies for employees as part of break rooms and or lunch rooms or meetings or conferences or staff gatherings. Next area or option is to provide a food diary in paper and or digital form for employees and their spouses to use to get better acquainted with the pattern of food choices and nutrition that they are involved in. Next option is to provide a healthy meal planning app to employees and their spouses, and that can be either based on your computer and desktop computers as well as smartphones. You can provide a healthy food shopping app to employees and their spouses in terms of being able to choose more healthy food options. That can also be applied, and you can find apps that help you with food choices when you are on the road and or in a restaurant situation and setting. Another option is to provide a paper and or digital healthy cookbook to employees and their spouses. Another option, again, more cost involved in it, some more difficulty, but more effectiveness, is to offer periodically a nutritionally sound potluck for employees and ask people to bring in foods that are prepared according to guidelines, which are healthy food guidelines, and then include recipes so that employees can taste the food and also then choose the recipe to take home for their own family. Another option is to provide a learning management system, and that's where we essentially organize and have automated the educational processes that we use with a workforce. And we can have a general module on general nutritional practices and principles. So that would be a single module. We also can use an LMS to be able to educate our population, both the employees and their family members or spouses primarily, on various nutrition topics. So we can have a series of modules. We can then connect those series of modules to a wellness criteria that deals with food and food choices and completion of the LMS nutrition modules connected to a $600 to $1,800 reduction in the individual's health plan premium contribution level. And that's the general incentive that we recommend is used in all wellness programs to actually create a much stronger, more vibrant, more sustainable wellness effort. Next option is to provide an opportunity for a personalized nutritional assessment with a registered dietitian. And finally, to provide a wellness coach with nutrition training to work with employees or family members over time. So again, these are some of the possible program intervention options for affecting and improving the nutrition practices of a workforce. In summary, there are many ways to improve the nutrition practices of employees and their spouses. Each of these interventions has its own pattern of cost, difficulty, and effectiveness. It's also a good idea to consider including all aspects of nutrition in your employee wellness program. Now, for more information on this topic, try putting the following search strings into your web browser: nutrition interventions for working populations, healthy nutrition practices, good nutrition at work. Next week, we will address the question, Wellness Big 10. What are the main program intervention options for improving heart health? For more information, feel free to visit our website at www.chapmaninstitute.com.